I never thought a simple dip in my pool could turn my life into a living nightmare. It was a scorching summer day, the kind where the sun beats down relentlessly, and I was doing what I loved most, lounging by my backyard pool, sipping a cold drink, and soaking up the peace. Then, out of nowhere, a thunderous knock shook my front door. My heart skipped a beat. I wasn't expecting anyone. Wrapping a towel around my waist, I opened the door, and my stomach plummeted. 2 police officers stood there, their faces stern, eyes boring into me like I was already guilty. "Sir, we've received a complaint," one of them said, his voice sharp. I blinked, confused. "A complaint? About me?" The officer glanced at his notepad, then fixed me with a chilling stare. "Your neighbor claims you're a fugitive on the run." My mind went blank. A fugitive? In my own home? I was just trying to enjoy my day off. Before I could process it, I heard her voice, shrill, venomous. "Do something about him!" I turned, and there she was, my new neighbor, Linda, standing in her yard, arms crossed, her face twisted with rage. "He's dangerous! Arrest him!" I clenched my fists, my blood boiling. I barely knew this woman, and now she was trying to ruin my life. This wasn't just a misunderstanding, it was the start of a war. Let me back up. My name's Ethan, I'm 30, and for the past 5 years, I've lived in this quiet, cozy house in a peaceful neighborhood. It's not a mansion, just a 2-bedroom place with a small backyard and a pool, my oasis. I work remotely, keep to myself, and avoid drama. I nod at neighbors, chat lightly at the store, but I'm not the loud, party-throwing type. My backyard is my sanctuary, perfect for quiet mornings or lazy weekends by the pool. For 5 years, life was perfect. The neighborhood was calm, everyone respected each other's space, and trouble was non-existent. That is, until Linda moved in next door. I remember the day she arrived. Moving trucks rolled up early one morning, and I was sipping coffee by my pool when I saw her step out. Tall, impeccably dressed, with jet black hair pulled into a tight bun, she carried herself like she was judging the entire street. Most new neighbors wave or say hi, but not Linda. She barked orders at the movers, her face cold, no smiles, no warmth. Being friendly, I walked over. "Hey, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Ethan, I live next door." She turned, her icy gray eyes scanning me like I was a threat. After a long pause, she forced a thin smile. "Oh, hi. Thanks, I guess." Her tone was sharp, dismissive. I tried to keep it light. "It's a quiet area, everyone keeps to themselves. Let me know if you need anything." Her response was bizarre. "I don't have anything on me, you know." I frowned. "What?" She waved a hand. "Just saying, in case you're asking for something." "Asking for something?" I was just being polite. Her eyes lingered on me, suspicious, like she'd already decided I was trouble. I laughed it off, but the unease settled in. This wasn't normal. At first, I brushed it off. Some people are just antisocial, right? I wasn't looking for a friend, just peace. But Linda's behavior grew stranger. Her blinds stayed shut, she never stepped outside, and then the watching began. I'd be in my backyard, and I'd feel it, that prickling sensation of being stared at. I'd glance over, and her blinds would snap shut. Once, I caught her standing at her window, staring right at me as I floated in my pool. I waved, hoping to break the tension, but she just dropped the curtain and vanished. Then came the photos. One morning, as I headed out for groceries, I saw her across the street, holding up her phone. She wasn't texting, she was aiming it at my house, snapping pictures. My gut twisted. This wasn't casual. I called out, "Morning, Linda! Need something?" She lowered her phone, smirking. "Just collecting evidence." "Evidence of what?" I asked, my voice steady despite my racing heart. "You never know when you'll need proof," she said, then walked away. "Proof of what?" I hadn't done anything. Her words felt like a threat, and I knew this was only the beginning. Things escalated fast. One sweltering afternoon, I was chilling by my pool when that pounding knock hit my door. I opened it to find those cops accusing me of being a fugitive based on Linda's call. I laughed, thinking it was a mistake, but their serious faces told me otherwise. "Do you have proof of residence?" one asked. My jaw tightened. Proof? This was my home. Before I could answer, Linda shrieked from her yard. "He's lying! He's dangerous! Arrest him!" The cops glanced at her, then back at me. I stayed calm, grabbing my ID, utility bills, and property tax receipt. The officer scanned them, nodded, and turned to Linda. "Ma'am, there's no issue here." But Linda wasn't done. "He's scamming you!" she screamed. The cops, clearly fed up, walked back to their car, shaking their heads. Linda stood there, fuming, and I realized this was far from over. The aftermath was worse. Neighbors I'd known for years started avoiding me. People who used to wave now crossed the street. Conversations died when I walked into stores. Then I saw the posters. Taped to telephone poles, streetlights, even inside the local coffee shop, were grainy photos of me in my backyard, with bold letters screaming, "Does this man belong here?" At the bottom was a link to a petition to remove unwanted individuals from the neighborhood. My hands shook as I tore one down. Was this Linda's doing? Who else could it be? I confronted her as she stood at her driveway, smirking. "You're making a mistake," I said, my voice steady. She tilted her head, amused. "I'm just looking out for the neighborhood, Ethan." Looking out? I'd lived here for years, never caused trouble, and now I was a pariah. The next day, I caught her recording me from my yard. "What the hell are you doing?" I snapped. "Collecting evidence," she said smugly. "The council needs proof." "Proof of what?" I demanded, but she just walked away. My neighbor's cold stares, the whispers, the isolation, it was unbearable. Linda was turning the town against me, and it was working. I wasn't going to let her destroy me. I reached out to neighbors I still trusted, like Mrs. Carter, who shook her head in disbelief. "This is insane, Ethan. We know you. She's the problem." Her words gave me hope, but I needed more. Mr. Singh, another neighbor, had security cameras that captured part of my property. We reviewed the footage, and there it was, Linda sneaking into my yard at night, taking photos, peering through my windows, even ripping a branch off my rose bush to make my garden look neglected. This wasn't just nosy behavior, it was harassment, stalking, trespassing. I marched to the police station with the footage, filed a harassment report, and decided to sue. My lawyer reviewed the evidence, CCTV clips, posters, the false police report, witness statements, and leaned back. "You have a strong case." That was all I needed to hear. Linda wanted a fight? She'd get one. The courtroom was electric with tension. Linda strutted in, smug as ever, like she couldn't lose. My lawyer presented the evidence, footage of her trespassing, the defamatory posters, her false accusations. The judge, a no-nonsense woman, turned to Linda. "Do you have any proof to support your claims against Mr. Ethan?" Silence. Linda's confidence cracked. She had nothing. The judge ruled in my favor, slapping Linda with a restraining order, damages for defamation, and my legal fees. It was over. I'd won. The news spread like wildfire. Neighbors who'd shunned me apologized. Shopkeepers greeted me warmly again. "Linda?" She became a ghost, avoiding everyone, her head down, when I saw her. She wasn't untouchable anymore. I sat by my pool, drink in hand, the birds chirping, and smiled. Peace was mine again, but I'd never take it for granted. Linda's vendetta showed me how fragile tranquility can be, and how far someone will go to destroy it. What do you think? Was Linda just misguided, or was she malicious? Have you ever dealt with a neighbor like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this wild story and how you'd handle such a toxic situation. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the drama, and subscribe for more real-life stories that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.